Alright, peace and power, y'all. This is Baba Amin, and this is the morning bill. Alright, every Monday morning we coming at you live, commentary coming at you live with music, with black news you can use. We got a word to the ancestors. A welcome to the first ever Monday morning bill. I'm gonna get y'all started this morning with some music, right? And we just coming off of Black Love Weekend. I dedicate this to my beautiful wife, in Koyo, beautiful self. I dedicate this to her. This is called You and Me. Y'all enjoy. The black woman is God, plain and simple. She's the mother of all Africanity, and I'm her companion, her complement, her confidant. Since the beginning, so it will be in eternity. Our ancestors shine through us. Our offspring validate our existence.
No survival without resistance. Akibalon, stand up. Black love, stand up. Every God, every goddess, forever united and unstoppable.
Giving honor to the ancestors, those who came before us. All the wisdom that they show us. They patient cause they know us. When we fussing and we fighting, they manage to enlighten, enhance our insight. So I add a like and writing. Our connection is a titan. Our love is a colossal. Disagreement is a fossil. I am your apostle. Our love is like a journal. Turn the page eternal. Our souls intertwine. The theology of time dictates that we rewind and go back to the beginning when the deities were women. Time to stop pretending that I hate you when I love you. Putting other things above you. Don't like that others drug you. Not me, I always dug you. I believe we've been together since the birthing of forever. You work the stormy weather. I'll never do it better than I do it in your presence. You validate my lessons. My God begets blessings. That's why I call her essence.
The black man is God, plain and simple. The world sees your greatness, why can't you? Y'all wanna see the sisters step up and lead this fight? Cause we real, but not without you. You're a warrior, a scientist. I'm your complement, your companion. I only wanna see you on the throne.
So black man step up, king step up. Ain't no way we don't ride when we got a black woman that knows she's God. Ebony, yes.
You my girl, I'm your new, you the truth, I'm the proof, no abuse. My masseuse, tie me up and turn me loose. Sebek and Heteru, giving thanks to Neteru. For the king I get in you, no regrets in picking you. Like I said, the two us saw, I remembered who you are. I'm your moon, you're my star, your performance over par. Through the pain and the scars, the shackles and the bars, I fly from here to Mars with my feelings in the jar. If I thought it set you free, I gotta have you next to me. Your intellect vexes me, your conversation's ecstasy. You and me is heavenly, freedom is our legacy. I've yet to see another brother that can touch the best in me. DOK and Ebony, together for eternity. Even when you hurting me, I'm by your side, certainly. Written in the sacred text, from the cycle to the next. I'm the most and you the best. Face to face, we ace the test, huh? See, what y'all don't understand is, we were meant to move in harmony. Two minds, one soul. It was written in the ancient scrolls. With the black man as your backbone, how could you fold? Take back what they stole. They broke the mold, but these songs were made to hold. And hold on, be real. Nigga, be still. Bitches, be real. The deal has been sealed, and all who come against gets killed. Yes. Peace and power, y'all.
This is the morning deal with Baba Amin. I am Baba Amin, founder of the Uhuru Academy, founder of the Temple of African Unity. You know what I'm saying? And just wanted to start off with some black love this morning. Love you, Sarah Redmond. You know what I'm saying? Peace to Muan Edo watching live. Peace to Cheryl Irvin watching on the live. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Akiba STEM Academy. You know, down there in Florida. Cheryl, put your information in the comments where people can go and support you. This is the morning with Baba Amin. This is a weekly podcast going on. 30-minute podcast going on every Monday. So you can start your week off. And that's kind of like our tagline right there. I want everybody to get an opportunity to start their week off with some. Okay. You see, I got some reverb. We working on that. I didn't realize I had some reverb going with this mic. Let me see if I can do it like this. Let me see if I can go into my mic settings and change that. And I appreciate y'all with the feedback. Okay, I really do. Let me see if I can fix the echo right quick. I appreciate y'all's patience. Let me go here. Let me see. Let me go here. I appreciate y'all's patience with me. I go here. Let me go here. Output system sound. All right. Is that better? Y'all let me know if you still hear that echo. Peace, justice. Let me know if you still hear that echo. You know, this is the pilot episode. This is a test run. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. But like I say, every Monday we're gonna be coming with music. We're gonna come with some black news you can use. We're gonna be coming with a word from my ancestors. Because we still got feedback. I still love echo. Let me see. Let's get this thing right. Y'all see I need a producer, right? Y'all see I need a producer. All right, let's go to my audio settings right quick. Let's see. How about now? Still hear my echo? All right. Let me do this. Let me do this. Now this echo ain't gonna stop us this morning. Oh. Let's see. We ain't gonna let this echo stop us this morning. Let me do this. I'm gonna work on that echo, but we gonna start with a word. With a word from one of my great ancestors, Malcolm X, Elijah Lee, Shaz, and that's gonna be the topic of our quick discussion this morning. Let's do that.
When you have a revolution in the country, the first thing you take over is the radio. And then you start telling the people, everybody, the war is over. And so all of them surrender. No, they believe that thing right there. And once they take that over, they start telling you where you are and where they are. Go right in line with plain thought control. The majority of the American people aren't segregationists. That the majority of the American people aren't imperialists. But the government is, the structure is, the power faction is. So, how then do all the majority go along with it? Because those who sit in power over the television, over the radio, and over the press is constantly telling those who are the masses how free they are, and how this they are, and how that they are. So a mistake is made on your part when you think that white people suffer the same as black people. Or as many Jews will say, well, we're a minority too. Or the Irish will say, well, we be a minority. No one's a minority like we are. They didn't need civil rights legislation to solve any other minority problem. They didn't need, it didn't take a civil war to solve any other minority problem. It didn't take Supreme Court decisions to solve any other minority problem or legislation. It takes none of that action to solve the minority problems of these other people. The only real minority in America is the Afro-American. Now, when white people who are oppressed and poor, supposedly, but the poorest white person can go where the richest black person can't go. It isn't only poverty of in money that we're talking about. Poverty in spirit, poverty in freedom, poverty in equality, poverty in human dignity. This is the kind of poverty we're suffering from. So that the richest Negro in this country is still poor. When it comes to freedom, he's broke. When it comes to human dignity, he's broke. This is the kind of poverty we're talking about. So when you find white people who are poor, with all these doors that there are open to them, any door that you knock on, if you're qualified, it'll open. So when you find a poor white person, he's in bad shape. He's in...
Man, powerful quote from Malcolm. Y'all let me know how this thing is working here. Let me know if you still hear an echo, if it's too loud, if it's bothering you. We might have to roll with it this morning because it looks like I'm having a problem fixing that issue with the echo. I got this new microphone, which I'm in love with, this Yeti stereo microphone, you know. Yeah, I stepped up the optics. You know, we're going to work it out, sure. We're going to work it out. But let's talk briefly about what Malcolm's talking about. Malcolm pointed out something I thought that was very key. And what he pointed out was, it ain't no suffering like black suffering. Your issue is unique. What he talked about was how the media tricks you. You know, how the media tricks us to think that we're free. Like the media talks to you all day about how free you are, how free you are. And if you were really aware of some of the things that the United States government was up to, if we were really aware of what imperialism is and what it does to other people, most of us are not imperialists. Most of us are not segregationists. Now understand what Malcolm means by segregation. By segregation, Malcolm means a situation where people from outside of your community controls the resources inside of your community, right? That's segregation. A lot of us, we associate just that meaning at all. Look how the media has even twisted the meaning of the word segregation, right? When we think segregation, we think water fountains. We think back of the bus, right? We think separation between white people and black people to the point to where when anyone advocates that we have our own schools, when anyone advocates that we do build and have our own communities, people say, oh, you must be a segregationist, right? So even when you talk about separation, people think you're talking about segregation because the meaning of segregation that's been given to us has been one of when you're not accepted by another group. Right? So you find yourself fighting for acceptance. You find yourself, when people say, I fight segregation, then they make it some sort of love fight. I'm fighting to get white people to love me, to get white people to accept me, right? And then when white people say, we'll accept you at a cost. We'll accept you in our neighborhood, but we're going to tax you. We're going to charge you more. So now you have housing discrimination. Now look, what you going to do? You're going to fight housing discrimination? Because if you fight housing discrimination, we're not going to accept you. You can come live over here, but you're going to pay a little extra. You can come to my store, but you're going to pay a little extra. You know what I'm saying? And so, because they've twisted the definition of what segregation truly is, you start fighting separation, right? You start fighting separation and you're not even fighting segregation. Matter of fact, we start fighting separation and then our modus operandi becomes, we got to get out the hood. I got to go. We got to get out the hood. We got to grow up, go to college, get a good job, and get out of the hood. That becomes your goal because you think you're fighting segregation, but you're really fighting separation. But the mass media has defined it by showing us the black water fountain and the white water fountain, by teaching us Rosa Parks and going to the back of the bus. They've given us a version of segregation that if we fight it, it benefits them. right? To the point to where you're going to a store, and if somebody white follow you around the store, a lot of us with money, that'll make us buy something in the store, or at least show him that I got money. Since he trying to tell me what price it is, talking about, yeah, that's $300. I bought 2 of them just to let him know. See, you're fighting, you're fighting separation, and they getting paid off of your need to show that you belong, right? But segregation, right, is actually when people from outside of your community control the resources inside of your community. That's what segregation is, right? And so while we were fighting to get to their neighborhoods, while we were fighting to get into their companies, while we were fighting to be able to eat in their restaurants, right, we were abandoning our own institutions. We were sacrificing. We were mass fed this manipulation so deep that we began sacrificing our own institutions in order to get into theirs. So the black bus company started shutting down. The black restaurants couldn't hold on. Right? The property in our communities, the value of the property in our communities started going down. Right? It became a picture of shame to be left behind in the black community because of this mass media manipulation. I remember coming up and looking at different strokes and how the little black kids, Willis and Arnold, was rescued from the ghetto by a benevolent rich white man and given this whole new lease on life. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching the Jeffersons and George and Weezy moved on up to the east side. They left the cleaners in the hood, but they moved on to the east side. They no longer wanted to live in a community where they had their cleaners, you know. And people say, hey, crime will do that. Now poverty will do that. Mass poverty will do that. Abandoning your community will do that. It will turn your community into slums when you no longer value it, because to be there means you're not accepted. To be there means you're now a part of the mainstream society. So Malcolm was even back then was talking about the influence that the mass media had over people, right? And while you're suffering, while you're dealing with all of this, when you're dealing with the housing discrimination, when you're giving this message that because you're still where you are, still live where you are, you live in a slum, you live in a ghetto. At the same time, they on TV telling you how free you are, right? They tell you how free you are. Right, and then they say what we need to do is integrate the schools. Right now, check this mass manipulation out. Right, in 1954, you had the landmark case Board versus Brown of Education of Topeka, Kansas. Right, and that's where they declared school segregation to be illegal. It was a fight to integrate the public schools. Right, and one of the tools they used to show the need for integration was the doll test. Now check how they flipped this, right? Thurgood Marshall used the doll test where they put the black doll and the white doll in front of a child, right? In front of a black child, and they asked the black child a series of questions, right? They would ask the black child, which doll is the good doll? And 18 out of 21 picked the white doll. Which doll is the pretty doll? And 18 out of 21 picked the white doll. Which doll is the smart doll? They picked the white doll. Which doll is the dumb doll? They picked the black doll. Which doll is the bad doll? They picked the black doll. Which doll is the ugly doll? They picked the black doll, right? And Thurgood made the argument because of school segregation, black children don't have self-esteem. And if we integrated the schools, they would gain the self-esteem they needed to not see themselves as ugly. Now here's the trick. The opposite was true. The opposite was true. Sending busing, especially the way so-called integration was implemented, busing black children out of black communities into white communities, into a racist environment where they called an N-word all the time, where people were spitting on them, when they're going to get a triple dose of white history, a triple dose of white culture, where they're no longer going to see black teachers, no longer going to see black principals, no longer going to talk about the great achievements of black people, period. They're going to be immersed into this white world. Now, do you think that's going to make the black doll prettier or make the black doll even uglier? Watch the manipulation. So you manipulated to think that going to school with others is going to increase your self-love. increase your self-awareness. When in actuality, whatever little self-love you have is going to be utterly destroyed when you're put into an environment where no one looks like you. No one's checking for your culture. No one's respecting who you are. As a matter of fact, whatever vestiges of who you are that you have on you, you better leave it at the door if you want to get accepted. But we were fed a story that said because of that low self-esteem, because the black kids picked the white doll, we need to integrate the schools. When the argument should have been because the black kids are picking the white doll, the black schools don't have enough black love inside of them. Right? And so thank you, Sarah. I already got people hollering at me, helping me on the production side. Right? So hopefully the reverb doesn't bother y'all too much. And shout out to Cheryl Irvin. She said with school integration, we were given the goal to leave our communities. I know for a fact that I was programming that way as a child by the media and by her schooling. Right? By the media and by her schooling. Same here. Oh, we dropped some frames. Okay, we dropped some frames here, and we are actually live right now, streaming live on Facebook, and I don't know why my stream is dropping. I'm plugged directly into my thing, but you know, we give it to the ancestors, though. We give it to the ancestors. All right, then, cool. We're going to do what the ancestors deem. If they didn't want y'all to hear that part, they probably didn't want y'all to hear that part. So that's all right. There are going to be some kinks here. You know, there are going to be some kinks. But I wanted you to notice when Malcolm talked about the mass media, how the mass media feeds you and manipulates you, right, into seeing one thing one way. But we look at the after effects. In hindsight, let's give integration a report card. What do y'all give it? Let's give integration a report card in hindsight, right? And let me see. Let me do something right quick here. I have this widget up here that's supposed to bring in my comments on my screen, but it's obviously not working out. It might be in the way. All right. Right. So that was key what Malcolm talked about. And another thing I want y'all to notice, the presidential race, right? In the presidential race right now, the Democratic Party, the manipulation going on there. Now understand, I look at the Democrats and Republicans as two wings on the same racist bird. I don't see the difference, okay? I don't see the difference in the parties. I see two parties, really that's one party working together to maintain power for a small group of white folk that just trade positions every 4 years. They just trading positions. They unilaterally trade positions every 4 years, right? And so you look at the Democratic Party, and remember when they was talking about reparations a few months ago, trying to galvanize black folk? Remember they was talking about reparations? They was trying to get y'all ready for Bernie, who does not support reparations, right? And then they had Kamala in the field. You had Corey. You had a Corey and a Kamala in the field, right, ready to run for president. You know what I'm saying? And I think as those polling numbers came in, and they didn't really see black folk being as responsive as they thought they would be. They say, well, you know what? Kamala and Corey, the establishment not finna jump behind you. The establishment not finna jump behind you because you're not gonna have the Obama effect. Right? And since you're not going to have the Obama effect, we're going to get rid of you, but we still want to be the party of diversity. Right? So what you have left in the field is the same run-of-the-mill old white men, right? But now you throw in a white woman and a gay white man. So you're still the party of diversity because you've thrown in a white woman and a gay white man, and you're sending the message out to folks that we're still a diverse party. Right? But, a white man and a white woman, those are what we call them majority minorities. Remember Malcolm said ain't no minority like black folk. Nobody else need no legislation, you know what I'm saying, to get peace, just to walk down the street for their humanity, right? But they tricked you into say, oh, that's inclusion of gay white men. You know how many gay white slave masters there were? That's not a minority. They trick you into thinking that you're a marginalized population. No, you're Africans. No, you black folk. And you get treated different, okay? You get treated different than everybody else because you black folk. It's not the same thing, right? So now you got the gay white man and you got the white woman on the ticket. In other words, it's all white again. It's all white again, and your agenda is basically off the table. But they keep telling you how free you are. They keep telling you how diverse it is. They keep telling you that this is the party that's not racist. That's the party that is racist. They keep telling you that Trump is the boogeyman. Right? But behind the scenes, when you look at the legislation that's passed, when you look at the economic initiatives that's pushed forth, they all working together. And they serving you lip service. They serving you little things like Pelosi ripping up the speech. Yeah, you see Nancy? Y'all better listen. Malcolm was a prophet. He said it then, and it rings true now. Rings true now. The majority of us, if we knew what was going on in Washington, we wouldn't support it. The majority of people wouldn't support it. But they come on TV and they tell you how free you are. So you feel halfway guilty just for complaining. You feel halfway guilty, right? Just for trying to affect change. Because you're supposed to be so free. Right? So that's what I wanted to talk about this morning, this morning's bill, right? We have to be aware. We have to be made aware of what's going on around us. We have to pay attention to what's happening in the media. We have to learn how to decipher it. And that's why it's important to learn how to look at the world through an African-centered lens. To look at the world from a perspective of African people. But you have to know our journey in order to understand where we are. And you have to understand where we are in order to understand where we can go. Right? Now, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to take a quick break and come back. Now, this normally is going to be a 30-minute podcast. We're going to go into a little overtime today. I'm going to take a little break. I want to share a quick song with you guys that I did over the Christmas break called It Ain't No Santa Claus. Now, it ain't really about Santa Claus. It's really about the economic trick, the manipulation that we get tricked into working all year and then giving credit to some white myth, that we call Santa Claus, for your hard work. A great opportunity to point children towards an African myth, to point children towards, because myths are important, myths are fun, but it's a great opportunity to do that we miss every year, right? And then we go and we fill other people's coffers up with money in the name of that so-called holiday. Let's check that out.
What's up, Zuzu? What's up, Sour?
What's up?
Hey, y'all, is there such thing as Santa Claus?
No!
Why do people think it's a Santa Claus?
Because they don't know their history.
Y'all kids about to be mad at y'all. Hey, babies, ain't no Santa Claus. That was just an old cracker at the mall. Hey, babies, ain't no Santa Claus. Mama work hard to get that stuff for y'all. Hey, babies, ain't no Santa Claus. Me and mine don't celebrate at all. Hey, babies, ain't no Santa Claus. Y'all kids about to be mad at y'all. Hey, babies, ain't no Santa Claus. That was just an old cracker at the mall. Hey, babies, ain't no Santa Claus. Daddy work hard to get that stuff for y'all. Hey, babies, ain't no Santa Claus. Me and mine don't celebrate at all. Hey, babies, ain't no Santa Claus.
It ain't no Santa Claus. It ain't no Saint Nick. It ain't no Kris Kringle or Father Christmas. It ain't no North Pole full of magic elves making all the toys. If a white man come up in my house, I'ma tie him up and call all my boys. No reindeer, no red sleigh, and if it was, how they know where you stay. No list to see who been good or bad. No magic cracker that'll bring you sad. It's a merry mess. And if you learn this lesson, you'll be very blessed. It's a white myth and it ain't for us. That's why we end up with less, spending money that we do not have, eating food that we do not need. Give the credit to a fat white man and pass a habit on to our seeds. Got you focusing on that gift, helping other people to uplift. Dan and them working extra shifts so that you can get some extra grip. Tell mama and them to buy you land and to keep the money in black hands. Look at other families expand. They go to daddy like, what's our plan? 'Tis the season to be black and broke. Tell them Baba got the antidote Grab Santa Claus by his throat and get woke while a white man choke. Y'all kids gonna be mad at y'all. Hey babies, ain't no Santa Claus. That was just an old cracker at the mall. Hey babies, ain't no Santa Claus. Mama work hard to get that stuff for y'all. Yeah babies, ain't no Santa Claus. Me and mine don't celebrate at all. Yeah babies, ain't no Santa Claus. Y'all kids gonna be mad at y'all. Hey babies, ain't no Santa Claus. That was just an old cracker at the mall. Yeah babies, ain't no Santa Claus. Daddy work hard to get that stuff for y'all. Yeah babies, ain't no Santa Claus. Me and mine don't celebrate at all. Yeah, babies, ain't no Santa Claus. Hey, look, don't bring your babies around me, cause I'ma let them know that it ain't no Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? We not gonna give no big fat European all the credit for your hard work. If you wanna celebrate at the end of the year with your family, that is fine. If you wanna celebrate a good harvest by bestowing your children with gifts, it's all good. But you're not gonna give all the credit to some big jolly white dude that supposedly lives in the North Pole. You know, that comes from European culture. That is not yours. Especially when we sit up and we believe all these European holidays. We carry all these European myths. But as soon as somebody mention an African myth to you, you call it black magic. You call it voodoo. No, I ain't sitting on Santa's lap, but I will let my baby sit on Ogun's lap. They can sit on Shango's lap. They can sit on Olagun's lap and Oshun's lap. But ain't no Kris Kringle, ain't no Saint Nick. Man, it ain't no Santa Claus. Period.
All right. That ain't no Santa Claus. I enjoyed that song. That song's fun. All right. Want to try something else here. And let me see here. And source. And good morning, everybody. I hope the echo isn't bothering you too bad. We're having some production issues here in the studio. And let's see here. I appreciate you taking time out. I promise it's going to run a lot smoother in the future. All right. Let's see here. What's your name? Good morning. Bill. Okay. Let's see if this happens. I'm trying to set up where you guys can actually call in to the morning bill, right? At that number on the screen, 817-796-6267. If somebody don't mind, you know what I'm saying, who would like to be the first person to ever call into the morning bill? Who would like to be the first person to ever call into the Monday morning bill? And again, the morning bill is here to help you get your day started, get your week started off, to talk about issues that are relevant to our community, do commentary, I'm going to give my unique perspective on things. This is what the morning bill is going to be all about. You can call me at 817-796-6267. I want to see who's going to be the first call. The first person is Baba Amin. And that's what we're going to call our That's what we're going to call our listeners. We're going to call y'all the circle. So if y'all hang with me and bear with me, I promise we're going to get a podcast going on Monday mornings that's going to help people get out the door. I'm looking for people to help produce the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? So call in at 817-796-6267. While that's happening, I want to tell everybody about the workshop that I have coming up, webinar that I have coming up this Saturday, February 22nd, right here in Columbia at the House of Afro, also live. I have that coming up this Saturday. It's Me Incorporated. I'll be putting a flyer up in a minute. It's Me Incorporated. And look, let me see it. Guru, what's happening?
What's going on, Baba Amin?
Man, I am good. How you feeling?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is this Knowledge Born?
This brother Takuma.
Oh, brother Takuma. What's happening, black man?
You brother. Trying to support what you're doing. That's all.
Hey man, you know what? They making history. You the first ever call, the first ever brother to call me into the morning bill, man. I appreciate congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, brother. No, congratulations to you for setting it up, man. I know you're gonna get it right. It's a matter of time. That's one of the reasons I called to help you with those logistics. That's all.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much, man. Helping me work out the keys, help me get things where it need to be, man. So we can deliver this message to the people, man, each and every Monday morning, the morning meeting.
Yeah, you put in a good RBG work, brother.
Man, you know what? I'm just a reflection of you, black men. We got to get out here. Black love is black power. So whatever platform we have, whatever platform we can use to deliver this message, that's what we need to be doing.
Yes, sir. I'm all the way in. Put me down.
I appreciate you, brother Takuma, man. Just hanging there, keep listening with me, hanging there with me, man. We're going to make some powerful things happen. Welcome to the circle, brother.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
I appreciate it. All right. Not bad. Y'all let me know that y'all hear that call. In the comments on the live, let me know whether or not you heard that call come through. Brother Takuma in Georgia. You know, we got people listening all over the country. We got people listening outside of the country too. You know, so it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. I gotta get out of here. But I can't go without giving y'all some motivation. Every week, start your week off well. Every week, make sure you study something. Make sure you leave the house with a spirit of uplifting yourself and uplifting your own people. Every week, don't get home without it. What does it say? Don't leave home without it. Don't leave home. Don't leave home without that confidence. Don't leave home without that determination to thrive. Being woke ain't just about complaining about what's not there. It's not about just complaining about the government and what the government is not doing. We solutionaries around here, right? In other words, we're about building solutions to our problems. Y'all haven't written a book yet. And I wonder why, right? I often say, why I haven't written a book? I'm working on 3. I haven't finished one yet. And I realize it's because I'm working. It's because I'm in the implementation phase. I'm not, you know, there was some great work put down before I got here. Some great books written, Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson, written in the 1940s. The autobiography of Malcolm X is told to Alice Haley. You got great works by Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen, great works by Dr. John Henry Clark, great works by Dr. Baba Amin. There was a period in the 20th century where African people were uncovering the truth about ourselves and recording it, endangering themselves. J.A. Rogers was stowed away on ships to go and uncover our past in Africa and in South America, right? And Dr. Amos Wilson wrote the blueprint for Black Power. The blueprint, he wrote it, 800-page thick volume. And my feeling is that our generation, our job is to get out here and test those theories. You know, and I used to wonder, why come Dr. John Henry Clark didn't organize all the people? Why wasn't Dr. Ben, why wasn't those great scholars able to organize all those people? But you know what I realized? Doing that scholarship takes time. Doing that scholarship takes effort. Uncovering our past and coming up with concepts and ideas for us to implement for our future takes effort. And it takes time. And the same person that's uncovering our past shouldn't have to build the organization, shouldn't have to build the institution. But those of us who benefit, those of us who benefit from their research, benefit from those perspectives, benefit from that knowledge, it's our job to implement that knowledge. It's our job to build institutions around that knowledge. This is the implementation phase. So our books should be written from inside our institutions. Their books were written from the outside. They wrote the concepts. They wrote what could be. They wrote what needs to be done. They gave us the blueprint, the landscape. It's our job to implement. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're trying to do with the Uhuru Academy and Uhuru Academy SC. We're building Africans into schools. So now when we write our books, it's going to be from within the institutions. You should be building the real estate businesses, building the trucking companies. It's time to start building and distributing the farms and the food. And we write our books from within. It's implementation time.
We have enough books to get the work. The next wave of books needs to be how do we sustain the work. The next wave of books need to be how do we take the foundation that's been laid and take it to another level. I hope that makes sense to you. It's time to get to work. It's time to implement. If you consider yourself conscious, if you consider yourself woke, find an organization, get engaged and get involved in that organization wherever your passion is. If you don't have one in your area, start one. And then build upon the scholarship of Malcolm, build upon the scholarship of John Henry Clark, Baba Amin, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, build on their scholarship, build on their example, and let's take our development to the next level. Integration has failed. It's time to give the last 50 years of pseudo-integration a report card and come up with a new strategy for our community. We have work to do. So I want you walking out here eager. I want your eyes wide open. I want you looking for opportunities. I want you looking for opportunities to work and opportunities to get better. Now, we're going to upload the recording of this episode to our podcast channel, being hosted on podbean.com. When I repost this video, because we've had some problems with freezing today on Facebook, we had problems with echo. We're going to deal with those technical problems. But this has been the morning build. Y'all, join my circle. Be a part of the build every Monday morning. I'm putting something powerful together for you all. I want to serve. And I want to send you off every Monday morning feeling empowered. I want to send you off every Monday morning feeling like you can take on the world. Embracing who you are. Embracing where you're going. The best type of leadership is example. And I want to show you that I wake up ready. How do you wake up? I wake up woke. This has been the Morning Build. I'm Baba Amin. Peace.